What's on, guys? Just here back to my challenge, and I've been review for Friday Smackdown, so let's get to it then. Alright, Jey Uso walks through the crowd in the arena and makes his way out to the ring. After a good 10-minute yeet session, Uso gets on the mic and says he's had one hell of a week and he's got lots of love too. He says he has now got to pick a champion, but he went to Raw, so now he's here on SmackDown to do the same. He asks Cody Rhodes to come out. Rhodes makes his way out to the ring. Both men hugging the ring, and Rhodes grabs a mic. Rhodes says he knows what Uso wants to talk about, and Uso tells him he knows why he's here, and he has two choices to make. He can either stand across from him at WrestleMania, or he can stand next to you, with Rhodes and him being champions. Rhodes says his doctor told him he's got a bunch of injuries from his ladder match, but he left out the diagnosis of how full Rhodes' heart is for Uso winning the Rumble. Rhodes tells Uso that he knows this choice is Uso's, and they've had a good moments in the ring. And if Uso chooses him, he wants to make memories and have fun, but it'll be the last time because he plans on leaving WrestleMania as champion. Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu make their way out to the ring. Tonga gets on the mic and yes, a bunch of time. And Fatu tells Rose last year he took that title from his family, and his family needs that title back. He turns his attention to Uso and tells Uso that he won't be the one bringing the title back to the family. Uso super kicks Tonga in a brawl in ways. Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. Fatu takes out Uso and beats down on Rhodes. Uso super kicks Fatu, and Rhodes hits a Cody Cutter, making Tonga and Fatu flee. All right, first match coming up. Elimination Chamber qualifying match: Bianca Belair with Naomi versus Piper Niven with Chelsea Green. After the bell, Belair mainly goes for the KOD, but Niven doesn't let her. Niven is shoulder checked in the corner, and Belair starts punching Niven. Niven uses Belair's hair to get her off the ropes, and then clotheslines Belair. Niven pounds on Belair in the corner, and Belair is able to Niven out. Take Niven out of the ring. Niven drives Belair into the ring of the apron and hits a running senton on Belair, and we get a commercial. Back from break, Belair is perched on the top rope, and she comes off the top rope with a crossbody and covers for a near fall. Belair goes for the KOD again, but couldn't get Niven up. Niven hits a spinning bossman slams and covers for two. Niven misses a senton and is speared by Belair, and Niven kicks out. Niven hits a cannonball on Belair in the corner and gets on the top rope. Belair tries for a KOD again and runs onto a side slam, but Niven splashes Belair and covers for a near fall. Niven is beaten against the ring post, and Belair gets her up for the KOD, hits the move, and covers Niven for the win. So winner is Bianca Belair. Alright, Nick Aldis talks to Katana Chance and Kane Carter, but Carmelo Hayes comes in. The women leave, and Aldis says Pierce called him, and Hayes will be facing Akira Tozawa since Hayes attacked Tozawa at the Rumble, causing him a spot. Alright, we have another segment coming up. John Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa of DIY come out to the ring to discuss their lives after retaining their titles at the Royal Rumble. Gargano addresses Memphis and asks them to give it up for them, and they're booed. Gargano says they've been Motor City Machine Guns twice now. They beat, what's that person supposed to say? Twice now, and that this proves they're the best tag team in the world. Ciampa says the chances Motor City Machine Guns winning these titles again is dead, and then they respect MCMG and ask everyone to stand up and observe a moment of silence for MCMG. Yes, boy. Pretty Deadly come out and remind DIY with all the help they've had. They had to keep those titles. Nick Aldis comes out and says DIY has no right to make demands and tells Pretty Deadly that they don't deserve a title shot, but if they can beat DIY, they'll get to challenge DIY for the titles, and that match is next. So the second match, DIY Jar Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa versus Pretty Deadly, Elton Prince, and Kit Wilson. We come back from commercial break, and the match is underway. Ciampa has Prince in body lock, and Prince is slammed in the corner. Gargano is tagged in, and Prince is able to dodge the double team and get DIY out of the ring. Gargano is able to come in, but Prince tags out to Wilson, who takes down Gargano in the middle of the ring. Wilson also beats on Ciampa, and take down Gargano. Ciampa is taken down with the clothesline, and Prince is tagged in. Pretty Deadly attacked DIY and hit a springboard codebreaker on Gargano for a 2 count. Ciampa slams Wilson against the ring post, and in the ring, Ciampa and Prince trade punches. Ciampa kicks and punches Prince, and Wilson kicks Ciampa, who is rolled up, and Pretty Deadly get the win. So winners are Pretty Deadly. Alright, Miz talks to Andrade backstage and says he can't learn so much from him. Andrade says he did. He learned how to beat him and walks away. Cody Rhodes comes by, and the Miz tells Rhodes he will always have his back. I'm sorry, guys, there was an ad popping up. Have his back. Rhodes says he doesn't need the Miz to have his back. Miz says he knows what this title does to friendships, and if Uso chooses him, will Rose still be his friend? For Uso to challenge Rose will be a great story for Uso, kind of like how last year it was Rose's great story. Alright, I have a segment coming up before the next match. Alright, Drew McIntyre comes out to the ring and gets on the mic. McIntyre addresses his Rumble elimination, how upset he was. He says he woke up the next day and realized he was handsome and jacked and shouldn't be so angry, and Raw was ruining his mental health. He's now on Smackdown because Nick Aldis is allowing him to be McIntyre 100% him. He's here for Cody Rhodes, and more importantly, the WWE Championship. Jimmy Uso's music hits, and he makes his way out. Uso says every week McIntyre sounds like an ex, complaining and saying something was stolen when he actually lost it. He tells McIntyre he has to earn his spot. McIntyre says McIntyre says a changed man and normally will be angry, but asks Uso how much it eats him up inside that he's not where Jay is because he didn't eat first. Uso says he's a big bro and he's here to punch his ticket. He tells McIntyre he's going to WrestleMania, and LA Knight comes out with the mic in hand. Knight says he has no love for Jimmy Uso. Instead of complaining about it, he'll make it right in the ring. He says men should be in touch with their emotions. But there's a line and it says all McIntyre does is cry and calls him Drew McIntyre. Knight swears to win and says it's his game. Alright, third match coming up. Elimination Chamber qualifying triple threat match. Drew McIntyre versus LA Knight versus Jimmy Uso. Back from commercial break, and the match is underway. Uso and Knight stomp away on McIntyre in the corner. Uso tosses Knight away. Knight flies back in the ring and taking out McIntyre. Knight stomps on Uso in the corner and then is taken out by McIntyre. Uso chops Knight and kicks him and uppercuts Knight. McIntyre takes out Uso and stomps Knight in the corner. McIntyre chops Uso but runs into a Samoan drop, and Uso covers with Knight breaking the pin. Uso shit, I'm sorry guys, stupid ad. Uso chops Knight and runs into a power slam. McIntyre takes on Knight and it's a release suplex on Knight. McIntyre does the same to Uso and then stomps on Uso's hand. Uso is chopped and swung from one corner to another. McIntyre throws Knight across the ring. Uso sends McIntyre out of the ring and suicide dives onto McIntyre. Knight comes out and kicks Uso and then slams McIntyre's head into the announce table. Knight then does the same to Uso, and we cut a commercial. Back from commercial break, Knight is thrown out of the ring, and McIntyre places Uso on the top rope and chomps him. McIntyre climbs to Uso's level and sets up for a superplex. McIntyre slips. Both men sit on the top turnbuckle. McIntyre gets caught on the turnbuckle, and Knight comes and kicks McIntyre and runs up the turnbuckle. And McIntyre throws both Knight and Uso off the top rope onto the mat. McIntyre chops Knight, who chops McIntyre back. Knight plants McIntyre with a DT and hits top rope elbow on McIntyre, and Uso covers the pin. Uso goes after Knight. Knight goes for the BOT but walks into a spinebuster by McIntyre, who covers for two. McIntyre sets up for the Claymore but runs into a super kick. Uso sends McIntyre out of the ring, and in the ring, Uso super kicks Knight and climbs the ropes. Uso hits a splash and McIntyre pulls out the ref to break the count. Uso and McIntyre fight outside the ring, and Uso gets back on the top rope and splashes onto Knight's knees, and Knight rolls up Uso for a 2 count. McIntyre claymores Knight out of nowhere and gets the win. So winner is Drew McIntyre. Byron Saxton catches up with Damian Priest and says he'll take care of McIntyre at Elimination Chamber. Braun Strowman says Priest has a triple threat against him, and Jacob fought to qualify. He tells Priest he has no idea what kind of challenge he's up against. Alright, we have a video thing. Kevin Owens sits in his car and talks about what he did to Sami Zayn on Saturday. He shows us the scars he has and talks about the trauma he's endured because of that night. He says it's all Sami Zayn's fault. He accuses Zayn for just standing and watching and not doing anything to help him. He talks about Zayn rushing to save Reigns in the Rumble, but he did nothing for him. He calls Zayn a horrible friend and says he's disgusting. He closes off telling Zayn that he will pay. Akira Tozawa comes out for his match. Carmelo Hayes comes out next and gets on the mic and says he shoots, he doesn't miss. He trash talks Memphis and goes to get in the ring, and Tozawa attacks him before the bell. Alright, fourth match coming up, Akira Tozawa versus Carmelo Hayes. We get the bell, and Hayes attacks Tozawa off the bell. Tozawa connects with the head scissors and takes out Hayes outside the ring with a crossbody. We get a commercial break. Back from break, Hayes has Tozawa in an arm lock, and Tozawa tries his hardest to reach the ropes. Tozawa elbows Hayes to get out of the hold. Hayes hits a back suplex on Tozawa and then slaps him in another submission hold. Hayes kicks Tozawa but is sent into the corner with a takedown. Tozawa punches Hayes and hits a pop-up DDT and covers Hayes for a 2 count. Tozawa gets on the top rope and misses a high-flying attempt. Hayes takes him down and covers for a near fall. Tozawa kicks Hayes several times, rips off his shirt, and goes for the top rope again. Hayes kicks him on the top rope and goes for a superplex, but Tozawa punches Hayes and it's a sunset flip powerbomb off the ropes on Hayes and covers for 2. Tozawa gets rolled up and Tozawa rolls up Hayes. Hayes clubs Tozawa and hits a leaping DDT. Hayes then hits nothing but net and covers Tozawa for the win. So winner is Carmelo Hayes. Alright, we are told we have no updates on Roman Reigns and his health status after Seth Rollins attacked him at the Royal Rumble. Jerry the King Lawler is shown in the crowd, and then we cut backstage. R-Truth is carrying Tozawa. Backstage, we see Jey Uso and drops Tozawa and congratulates him for being the king of the ring, and Uso reminds him he won the Royal Rumble. Cody Rhodes comes out and asks Uso if he's decided. Uso says he's undecided. Alright, we have a segment coming out with Charlotte Flair. Back at ringside, Charlotte Flair's music hits and she makes her way to the ring. Flair gets on the mic and says hello to Memphis and asks if they love her or hate her. She says when people boo, all she hears is money, well, because she gets paid. You know, she talks about being wrestling's obsession and how she lives rent-free in everyone's head, as we are all possessed with everything. Charlotte Flair says she's better than everyone and asks if anyone is surprised she won the Rumble. She calls all the other I'm sorry guys. She calls all the other competitors not serious about wrestling. She says she wants to be inspired, and it's why she's gone to Raw and NXT to see if they have inspiring champions. And she's wondering if Tiffy Stratton comes out with her towel. Stratton gets on mic and congratulates Flair and welcomes her back. She says she's a big Flair fan, and there was a point where she felt WWE couldn't survive without Flair, but no one cares about Flair, and now Stratton is on top. Flair tells Stratton that she speaks when Flair tells her when to speak. Stratton says she's been compared to Flair her whole career. She wants Flair to pick her up to face at WrestleMania. She can beat Flair. She calls Stratton a child, begging Flair to make her start at WrestleMania. She asks Stratton to get on her knees and beg her to pick her up. Now Jackson's music hits and she comes out with Candice LeRae. Jack says this blonde moment is cute and all, but it's premature. Jack says she'll be a champ and she has to beat one person to get her title back and tells Stratton they have a match next week. Flair says she'll wait till next week to make her decision then. Alright, fifth match coming out, Elimination Chamber qualifying match, Candice LeRae versus Alexa Bliss. Back from commercial break and the match starts. Bliss and Lorraine lock up and Bliss takes down Lorraine, curves for a quick cover and Lorraine kicks out. Lorraine kicks Bliss and Bliss comes back with a takedown and throws her body on Lorraine. Bliss goes for Sister Abigail but is slammed down. Lorraine kicks Bliss and covers for a 2 count. Lorraine hits a flipping face buster, covers for 2. Lorraine knees Bliss's back and slaps Bliss in a submission hold. Bliss punches Lorraine, but Lorraine is able to get Bliss in the corner and attacks her. Bliss is beaten and kicked in the corner, and Lorraine is then sent into the turnbuckle. Bliss gets on the top rope, and Lorraine knocks her down and meets her up on the top and goes for a superplex, but is knocked down. Lorraine rolls out of the ring onto the apron and slams Bliss on the apron, and we get a commercial break. Back from break, Lorraine tries to pin Bliss, but she kicks out. Lorraine punches Bliss a few times and throws her in the submission hold. Bliss tries to fight out, and Lorraine hits a code breaker and covers for a 2 count. Lorraine kicks Bliss, and Bliss stands up and screams and takes down Lorraine with the body strikes and takes down Bliss, slaps and punches Lorraine and hits a double knee against the ropes. Bliss hits a flipping snapmare and covers for 2. Lorraine gets Bliss and Bliss tangled on the ropes and hits a missile drop kick and covers Bliss for 2. Lorraine rolls up Bliss and they roll around the ring. And Lorraine then kicks Bliss. Lorraine comes off the ropes right into the Sister Abigail and Bliss gets the win. So winner is Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss. Yes. Thank goodness. Alright, Byron Saxton talks to Chelsea Green and Piper Niven about Elimination Chamber. Green says she'll win. B-Fat and Mitchin walk up and tell Green her days as champ are numbers. Zelina Vega walks by and says she wants a shot at her title too. Niven can't believe how many people hate Green. Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley talk with Byron Saxton. Shelley says they process everything they've been going and tell the Profits they cost them the match. Garza come up and MCMG tells them they didn't show up and they show up when required. Santos Escobar and Electra Lopez come by and Santos says if they're looking for a fight, they got it. Alright, 6 match coming up main event. Alright, Jay Uso and Cody Rhodes versus Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu. Rhodes and Tonga start the bout with Rhodes kicking Tonga and attempting a suplex. Fatu is tagged in and Rhodes goes on the attack and tries for a Cody cutter, but Fatu starts with punches and gets Rhodes on the mat. We get a commercial break. Excuse me. Back from commercial break, Tama Tonga has Rhodes in the corner and tags in Fatu. Fatu hits Rhodes with headbutts and chops. Rhodes tries to fight back, but Fatu gets him down with a solid chop. Fatu squishes him in the corner and tags in Tonga. Rhodes punches. Tonga is able to break from Tonga to attack Uso. Uso is tagged in and he beats on Tonga and takes Fatu off the apron. Uso kicks Tonga across the head and hip attacks Tonga in the corner and covers for a 2 count. Uso hit a spinning nailbreaker and Fatu is able to kick Uso, allowing Tonga to roll him up for a near fall. Tonga hits a basement clothesline and Fatu is tagged in and they double team Uso. Fatu knocks Rhodes off the apron and gets Uso on the shoulders and tags Tonga and they double team Uso and Tonga headbutts Uso and they both clotheslines each other. Rhodes and Fatu are tagged in and Rhodes hits a power slam on Fatu followed by a springboard kick and then top rope Cody cutter. Rhodes pins Fatu who throws Rhodes right off of him. Fatu slams into the ring post and Tonga is tagged in and he takes down Rhodes and covers for a 2 count. Rhodes boots Tonga and gets on the top rope. Fatu pushes him off, allowing Tonga to hit a cradle DDT for a 2 count. Uso pulls Fatu out of the ring and hits a suicide dive onto Fatu in the ring. Rhodes hits Crossroads for the win. So winners are Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. Solo Sikoa attacks Cody Rhodes as the show goes off the air. So yeah, that was like the last minute when he showed up. So yeah, it was a good show tonight. Some good matches on there. One of them was good, but yeah. So, anyways, that was the first video. Hope you like it and not whatever. But that was it. And so like, subscribe, hit the bell button, leave a comment. If you guys want to leave a comment and stuff, I don't care what you guys do. And that was it. And I'll see you guys in the next video for tomorrow night for AW Collision. All right, laters.